You know that person in your family who always assumes someone else will pick up the tab? The one who orders the most expensive thing on the menu and then conveniently forgets their wallet? Yeah, that's my brother-in-law, Derek. And last Saturday night, I finally did something about it. Something that caused a massive family drama. Something that made my husband question our marriage. Something that half my family thinks makes me a hero and the other half thinks makes me a monster. I asked for separate checks. That's it. 3 words. Separate checks, please. And you would have thought I'd committed a felony based on the reaction I got. But let me back up, because this story doesn't start at that dinner. It starts 3 years ago when my husband's brother became the family leech. My name's Nicole, I'm 34 years old, and I've been married to Marcus for 6 years. Marcus is wonderful, kind, hardworking, generous to a fault. He's a software engineer, making about $140,000 a year. We're comfortable. Not rich, but we own our home, have savings, and can afford nice things when we want them. Marcus's older brother, Derek, Derek's a piece of work. Derek is 39, married to a woman named Brittany, and they have 2 kids. And Derek has never, in the entire time I've known him, paid for a family dinner. Not once. Here's how it always goes. The family decides to go out to eat. Someone suggests a restaurant. We all show up. Derek and Brittany order appetizers, expensive entrees, desserts, drinks, the works. The bill comes, and suddenly Derek is in the bathroom, or on a phone call, or he's already walked out to his car, and someone else pays, usually Marcus, sometimes his parents, occasionally his sister, but never Derek. At first, I thought it was coincidence. Maybe he was having financial trouble and was too proud to say it, so I didn't make a big deal out of it. But then I started noticing a pattern. Derek drives a brand new Mercedes. Brittany carries designer handbags. Their kids wear expensive clothes. They take vacations to Hawaii and Mexico. They live in a house that's bigger than ours. They're not broke. They're just cheap. Or more accurately, Derek is a user. He's figured out that if he just never reaches for the check, someone else always will. And he's been doing it for years. The final straw came 2 months ago at Marcus's parents' anniversary dinner. Fancy steakhouse. Table for 12. Derek and Brittany showed up late, which meant the rest of us had already ordered appetizers and drinks to share. When Derek finally sat down, he didn't apologize for being late. Just grabbed the menu and started ordering. I'll have the tomahawk steak, medium rare. And let's get a bottle of that Camus Cabernet. The special selection. I glanced at the menu. The steak was $95. The wine was $180 a bottle. Marcus's dad was paying for this dinner as a celebration, but even I knew that was excessive. Derek didn't care. He also ordered lobster bisque, truffle fries, and creme brulee for dessert. Meanwhile, I'd ordered a $32 salmon because I didn't want to take advantage of my father-in-law's generosity. The bill came to over $800. Marcus's dad paid without complaint, but I saw him wince when he looked at the total. Derek didn't even say thank you. Just patted his stomach and said, "Great meal, Dad. We should do this more often." I was furious, but I didn't say anything. Because that's not my place, right? Wrong. It became my place when Derek started targeting us specifically. 3 weeks after the anniversary dinner, Derek texted Marcus. "Hey bro, let's grab dinner this weekend. Just the 4 of us. Catch up." Marcus was excited. He loves his brother, despite everything. That'll be nice. Just us and them. We never get to hang out without the whole family. We met them at an Italian restaurant. Nice place, but not crazy expensive. I was thinking we'd each pay our own way since it was just a casual dinner. I should have known better. Derek ordered an appetizer of burrata and prosciutto, $24. Lobster ravioli, $48. A bottle of Barolo, $95. Tiramisu and espresso for dessert, $16. Brittany ordered almost as much. Their bill for just the 2 of them was easily $220. Marcus and I had pasta dishes, $22 each, and split a house wine, $32. Our total was maybe $80. The check came. Derek didn't even look at it, just kept talking about his new car. Marcus reached for the check automatically, because that's what Marcus always does. And I snapped. "Wait," I said, putting my hand on Marcus's arm. "Why are you paying for all of us?" Marcus looked confused. "What do you mean?" I mean, why are we paying for their dinner? Shouldn't we split it? Derek laughed. Come on, Nicole. We're family. We don't nickel and dime each other. Right. So you'll get the next one. Sure. Next time. But there was never going to be a next time. We all knew it. Marcus ended up paying the full $300 bill. And I was pissed for the rest of the night. Why do you always do that? I asked him when we got home. Do what? Pay for Derek. Every single time. He makes more money than you do. He's a sales director, for God's sake. And yet you're always covering his meals. He's my brother. So, I don't make my sister pay for my dinners. This is ridiculous, Marcus. He's using you. He's not using me. He forgets sometimes. He doesn't forget. He's doing it on purpose. And you're enabling him. We fought about it for an hour. But Marcus wouldn't budge. That's just how Derek is. It's not worth making a big deal over. But it was a big deal to me. Because it was our money he was spending on his freeloading brother. So when Derek texted Marcus 2 weeks later suggesting another dinner, this time at a high-end steakhouse, I made a decision. I was going to say something. Babe, Derek wants to do dinner Saturday at Morton's, Marcus said. Morton's, where steaks start at $60 and sides are $15 each. Okay, I said calmly, but I'm not paying for them this time. Nicole, I'm serious, Marcus. If we go, we're getting separate checks. I'm not subsidizing another $300 meal for your brother. That's so awkward. You know what's awkward? Watching your brother order a $95 steak and then sticking you with the bill. That's awkward. Can we talk about this after dinner? If he doesn't offer to pay, I'll say something. No, you won't. You never do. So I'm going to say something. Before we even order. Okay, I need to know. Drop a comment and tell me. Am I wrong for doing this? Would you have said something? And where are you watching from? I'm dying to know what people think. Saturday came. We met Derek and Brittany at Morton's. Fancy place. White tablecloths. $200 bottled wines on the list. We sat down. The server came over with menus and the wine list. Derek immediately grabbed the wine list. Let's start with a nice bottle. How about the Silver Oak Cabernet? Looks good. $150. Before Marcus could nod, I spoke up. Actually, Marcus and I will just have glasses. You guys go ahead and get a bottle if you want. Derek looked surprised. Oh, okay. Well, Brittany and I can't drink a whole bottle ourselves. I'm sure you'll manage, I said sweetly. Awkward silence. The server took our drink orders. I ordered a $12 glass of house red. Marcus did the same. Derek, looking annoyed, ordered 2 glasses of the Silver Oak at $28 each. Then came the food orders. Derek, I'll have the 24-ounce porterhouse. The server interrupted. Just so you know, that one's market price. Currently $120. Perfect, Derek said without missing a beat. Medium rare. With the truffle mashed potatoes and the creamed spinach. 2 sides at $15 each. His meal was going to be $150 before tax and tip. Brittany ordered a $58 filet and lobster tail. Another $150 with sides. Marcus and I both ordered the $42 New York strip with 1 side each. The server left. Derek leaned back in his chair, relaxed. So how's work going, Marcus? They chatted. I stayed quiet, mentally preparing myself for what was coming. Dinner was good. Derek and Brittany ordered dessert, $1.16 each. Marcus and I declined. Then the server approached with the check. And Derek did his usual move, suddenly very interested in his phone. Didn't even acknowledge the server's presence. The server set the check down in the middle of the table. Nobody moved. Marcus started reaching for it, and I said, loud and clear, "Excuse me, could we please get separate checks?" The table froze. The server looked confused. Oh, I can split it evenly. No, not evenly. Separate. We'll pay for what we ordered, and they'll pay for what they ordered. Derek's head snapped up. What? Separate checks, I repeated. You guys had the porterhouse and the filet, the 2 sides each, the desserts, and the expensive wine glasses. We had the strip steaks and house wine. So let's just pay for our own meals. Brittany's mouth fell open. Marcus looked like he wanted to disappear into the floor. Derek forced a laugh. Nicole, come on. We're family. This is ridiculous. What's ridiculous is that you've never paid for a family meal in the 3 years I've known you. What's ridiculous is that you ordered a $120 steak assuming someone else would cover it. What's ridiculous is that you make six figures and still expect your younger brother to subsidize your lifestyle. Nicole, Marcus started. No, Marcus. I'm done. We're done. Derek and Brittany are grown adults with good jobs. They can pay for their own dinner. Derek's face was red now. This is unbelievable. Marcus, are you going to let her talk to me like this? Marcus looked torn, miserable, but he didn't say anything. The server, bless her, had already left to split the check. You know what? Derek stood up. You're right, Nicole. We can pay for our own meal. And we will. But don't expect us to want to have dinner with you guys anymore. That's fine with me, I said calmly. Brittany grabbed her purse. This is so rude. So incredibly rude. What's rude is ordering expensive food and expecting other people to pay for it. I shot back. The server returned with 2 checks. Derek snatched his, $3.40 with tax and tip, and threw down his credit card without looking at it. Ours was $110. We paid. Derek and Brittany didn't say another word to us. They left the restaurant without a goodbye. Marcus was silent the entire drive home. When we got inside, he exploded. What the hell was that, Nicole? That was me standing up to your freeloader brother. You embarrassed him. You embarrassed me. In front of everyone. There was no everyone. It was just us and them. And someone needed to say something. That wasn't your place. It became my place when it started affecting our finances. Do you know how much money you've spent on Derek's meals in the past year? I calculated it. Over $2,000. $2,000 of our money went to feeding your brother and his family expensive meals while they drive Mercedes and wear designer clothes. Marcus sat down heavily. He's my brother. And I'm your wife. Who should matter more? He didn't answer. Marcus, I love you. But you've been letting Derek take advantage of you for years. And I'm not going to sit there and smile while it happens anymore. What I did tonight was set a boundary. A very reasonable boundary. By humiliating him, I didn't humiliate him. I asked for separate checks. That's normal. Most people pay for their own meals, Marcus. Derek's the weird one for always expecting others to cover him. We didn't speak for the rest of the night. The next morning, Marcus's phone exploded with texts. From Derek. From Brittany. From his mom. From his sister. His mom. Marcus, what happened last night? Derek called and said Nicole was incredibly rude to him. His sister. Did Nicole really make a scene about separate checks? Derek's so upset. Derek, your wife is toxic, bro, seriously. You need to get her under control. Marcus showed me the messages. See? Everyone thinks you were wrong. Let me guess. Nobody's asking Derek why he never pays for meals, are they? Silence. That's what I thought. Marcus went to his parents' house to smooth things over. He was gone for 3 hours. When he came back, he looked exhausted. Well, I asked. Everyone's mad at you. Derek's saying he won't come to family events if you're there. My mom thinks you should apologize. Apologize for what? Paying for my own meal. For embarrassing him. Marcus, I'm not apologizing. Derek owes us an apology for years of taking advantage. But I'm guessing he didn't apologize, did he? No. Of course not. We were at a stalemate. For 2 weeks, Marcus barely spoke to me. He was hurt and angry and caught between his wife and his family. And honestly, I felt bad. I didn't want to cause problems in his family. But I also wasn't wrong. Then, 10 days after the Mortons incident, something interesting happened. Marcus's sister, Amy, called me. Nicole, can we talk? Sure. I owe you an apology. Actually, I owe you a thank you. I was confused. For what? For finally saying something about Derek. We've all been thinking it for years. He pulls this crap with everyone. But we were all too afraid to say anything because, you know, family drama. So everyone knows he does this. Oh, everyone knows. My husband and I stopped going to dinners with Derek years ago because we got tired of it. Mom and Dad know, but they make excuses for him because he's the oldest. But nobody's ever actually confronted him about it. Until I did. Until you did. And honestly, good. Someone needed to. He's been getting away with it for too long. That conversation changed things. Over the next week, 3 more family members reached out to me privately, all saying similar things. That they'd noticed Derek's pattern. That they were glad someone finally called him out. That they supported me, but they wouldn't say it publicly. Because confronting Derek meant causing family drama. And nobody wanted to be the bad guy. Except me. I was already the bad guy. So I had nothing to lose. Marcus, and I finally had a real conversation about it. I talked to Amy, I said. I know. She called me too. Did she tell you that she and her husband avoid Derek for the same reason I wanted separate checks? Marcus nodded slowly. Did she tell you that half the family has noticed his behavior but nobody wants to say anything? Yes. So I'm not crazy. I'm not the only one who sees it. Marcus sighed. No, you're not crazy. I didn't want to admit that my brother is like that. It's easier to pay and keep the peace than to confront him. But keeping the peace is costing us thousands of dollars and teaching Derek that he can keep doing this. Is that really what you want? No. We decided together that we needed to set boundaries with Derek going forward. No more paying for his meals. No more family dinners, where Derek orders extravagantly and expects others to cover it. And if Derek had a problem with that, he could take it up with Marcus directly, not through angry text messages and family gossip. Marcus called Derek 2 days later. Hey, we need to talk about what happened at Morton's. I could hear Derek's voice through the phone, loud and angry. Your wife embarrassed me. Nicole was right, Marcus interrupted. You've been taking advantage of me for years. And it stops now. If we go out to eat, we're paying for our own meals. And you're paying for yours. More yelling from Derek. I'm not discussing this anymore, Marcus said firmly. Those are the new boundaries. You can accept them or not. Up to you. He hung up. Derek didn't speak to us for a month. Then Marcus's birthday came around. The family planned a dinner. Derek and Brittany showed up. When the check came, Derek pulled out his wallet without being asked and paid for his own meal. No drama. No scene. Just normal behavior. It was the first time I'd ever seen him reach for a check. Marcus looked at me across the table and smiled. So here's what I learned from all this. Setting boundaries doesn't make you the bad guy, even if people treat you like one. Sometimes being the bad guy means being the only one brave enough to say what everyone's thinking. You can love someone and still refuse to let them take advantage of you. Family doesn't mean free meals. It doesn't mean unlimited generosity with no reciprocation. And sometimes, the kindest thing you can do for someone is stop enabling their bad behavior. My brother-in-law ordered a $120 steak and a $150 bottle of wine expecting someone else to pay. I said separate checks. And yes, it caused drama. Yes, it made people uncomfortable. Yes, half the family thought I was wrong. But I wasn't wrong. And deep down, everyone knew it. I'm Nicole. I'm 34 years old. And I'm the woman who finally said what needed to be said. Derek still doesn't like me much. Brittany avoids me at family events. But Derek pays for his own meals now. And that's worth being the bad guy.